Right. So the best book I read in 2020, ironically, is one that I've read many times before. It is a book that was first published in the year 2000. It's called The Art of Possibility. For all intents and purposes, this is a book that provides a very, very, very simple framework for how to view the world, how to view yourself, how to view your life, how to view your journey.
This was a year where I did end up reading, more than my fair share of books. And so it was difficult to pick one. So I'll actually cheat a little bit and pick three. The first one, a book that I really learned a lot from, was Caste by Isabel Wilkerson. It tackles one of the most pressing issues of our time. The second was Humankind, which is by Rutger Bregman. It was an incredible book with a message about positivity and hope about humanity, and something that I highly recommend as well. And finally, for someone like me, from my generation who grew up watching Seinfeld, his book, Is This Anything, is a book that is full of riotous laughter. So something, again, that I recommend to anyone who is familiar with his work.
I've been reading by Daniel Pink a book called Drive. It's quite an interesting book around how to motivate people and what motivates people and what is able to, especially in this crazy world of COVID, how do you keep yourself motivated, right? In continuing to do what you need to do to be productive.
So my two favorite books from this past year are, the first one is Ali by Jonathan Eig. The interesting thing about Ali is he saw everything that happened this year around race relations and all the different conflicts that happened 50 years ago when he was in his prime. He understood people in a way that is just incredibly insightful, and he did all this in the context of being the most imperfect, perfect person that there is. The second book that was amazing was called Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson. We always talk about different geniuses in our world. Leonardo da Vinci was the genius. Whether it was art or math or science or anything in these areas, he was such a master, and he weaved it all together. He had this incredibly complex life in the context of, who was he working for? Who was he supporting? Who were his patrons? And through all that, he kept driving on with new ideas and new inventions.
One of the very interesting ones, I would say, is Scale by Geoffrey West, talking about scaling of things and how certain things have natural scale limitations. And obviously, as we think about scaling companies from 30, 50, 70 employees to thousands of employees, then the question of scaling up is quite a topical one.